Yes, so we have just understood that give us today our daily bread is give us our necessity, our now necessity, those we cannot live without. So in the event my daughter is sick, or my friend is sick, or my mother or my relative is sick, and I pray that they get healed. And last fellowship, we said, "Let Thy will be done." And I find this for bread is necessity, is an essential. For example, the healing of my child, and my child does not heal. Has God determined that this is not essential? Has God determined that this is not necessary? So that's why he lets my child to die, or even my healing. My healing. I'm sick, or I'm under pain. I'm undergoing pain, maybe cancerous one, and so on. And then I pray to this all-able God, and I find healing an essence of necessity, and He does not. Has He found it luxurious for Him to heal me?
I think it is important, as we are studying this model prayer, for people to understand that the absolute will of God does not forbid our wills as human beings, as volitional beings. It is important for us to understand that the absolute will of God does not forbid, it doesn't interrupt, and it doesn't block our will. In other words, you have the freedom to wish and to will. You will have that freedom to wish and to will. And not even God will deny you that right of willing. Why? Because you are a willing being. It is important for Christians not to be threatened that when they believe God, they turn into Robocops that do not wish, do not decide, and do not will. No, that's not true. The truth is, you still will and still even wish. Okay? Yes. So when you're praying, do not be intimidated not to express yourself and not to express your will. You should. You really should. Because that's the kind of Father that we worship. That's the kind of Father that we worship. However, it also matters that willing believers, okay, need to establish the extent of their knowledge about what they will, vis-a-vis the extent of the knowledge of their Father that they pray to. Question: between you and God, who knows more about you?
Of course, He.
God. Okay. So God knows more about you. So now, and one who knows more about you and the other who knows less about you have both wills. Which will should take precedence?
Of course, He who knows everything.
Aha. Now, this is why Christ in the body prays that my will is that I don't die. This cup is too heavy. Isn't it? But not as I will, but thy will be done. Now, the whole idea there is based on who knows better, who sees what is not seen by the other. Okay? So, for you, Mr. Serubide, to pray that your child heals, isn't it? Is based and founded in the knowledge that you have. Okay? But so there's what you know and there's what God knows. So if you trust God for His will to be done, it will be done in the framework of what He knows. And your role then is one, to believe the God that you trusted with your life and your daughter's life. Trust that God. For whatever happens, healing or not healing, trust God. Number one. Number two, demand after the event, healing or death. after either. Demand that you understand what you did not know then. It is very important for you to go back to God after the events. Good or right, bad or evil, death or life, go back to God and ask. Are you guys following? Yes, you should always, you see, some people, when God does something good for them, okay, they don't go back to Him to ask. We normally go back to God to ask when bad things happen. Have you noticed? But we should go back in both incidences. When God gives you something good, you go and ask why. Because sometimes we're overtaken with enjoyment and we lose the focus on the purpose, because whatever God gives has purpose it for something. So eventually we misuse even and abuse the blessing. So when something good or bad happens, go back and ask why, because you are seeking to know what God knew before this event that you did not know. And that is going to train you in your next prayer life, knowing what to do and what not to do. So my brother said, thy will be done is for only those who have trusted their lives with God and God alone, come what may. So in other words, you conquer with God and you lose with God. That is what trusting God means. You gain and lose with God. You win and you are defeated, but with God. That's why Paul said that neither life, in Romans chapter 8, neither death, persecution, or peace will ever separate us with you, because we are with you.
Issue is you.
You, fundamentally. So whether your child heals or not, that's it. Now, finally, how essential is your child? Is the life of your child?
Yes, my heartbeat, my munchkin.
Your child is your heartbeat, your munchkin, your hey, with all those things, with even shaking. Hey, that is it. Okay, fine. So it is about you, not about the child.
Both of us.
Hmm?
Both of us.
Really?
You're praying for that my child stays with you. Us.
But fundamentally,
Family, us.
it is about you.
Give us us.
Hey,
Our healing.
hey,
Our daily.
is it about us or you?
Both of us.
Hey, how useful, how necessary is your child for your existence? Is the life of your child for your existence?
At the basic level, no.
At the basic level, no. No, fine. But at the social level, yes. We are losing a family member, isn't it? Fine. Yeah.
At an emotional level.
Yes, and at an emotional level. Yes. Yes. So why don't we pray for these emotions and focus on these emotions? Why don't we pray to God that, God, whatever happens, let us stay together? Because you might be concerned with the death and the life of this child and absent-minded on the aftermath. Healing or death, by the way. You are not concerned with the kind of person you're going to become after her death or even after her healing. You see? Because anything can happen. You see, the devil works in this way. Sometimes he takes the child, but not interested in the child, but interested in your family. Sometimes the child is back, now not as a blessing, but as a problem. When we are praying, do we have all this into perspective? Because these are real life stories. Some people have not been the same after losing their children. Others have not been the same after the survival of their children. Maybe there is an unbelieving parent. One of the parents of this child on the sick bay is an unbeliever. And the miracle of her restoration is going to be the spark of the belief, isn't it, in that non-believing parent. So for you, you are focused on bringing back the life of the child. But God also wants you to focus on what can be the outcome of this miracle. Because the point is not the miracle. Even when Jesus was performing miracles, he was not interested in the individuals that were the beneficiaries of the miracles. He was interested in the audience. Because that's the purpose of that miracle. So just like the miracle is interested in the audience, so is evil interested in the audience. So when you're praying, you need to put all that into perspective. What is the aftermath and how is it going to impact this village, this family, my life? You have to focus on that. Thank you.